we go. All right, we're recording. Hey, you guys, thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Tammy Evans, and I am your presidential upline. We like to start the beginning of the month off with a Newbie to Ruby Zoom, and I ask different leaders and people to jump on and do them so that it's not just me month after month saying the same things over and over, because they have amazing ideas. They have a different perspective. They've been in different amounts of time, and so it's really stinking awesome for me. So make sure you have a piece of paper. Make sure you're going to take some notes. Use this chat over here on the side or on your phone. I'm not really sure how it looks where you are right now. But tonight we have two of my favorites. One is a new favorite because she hasn't even been with us very long, but it's really awesome that she is joining us. So Hollie Reed is one of my diamonds. She's been with us a year and a half-ish. Yeah, a year and a half. She joined in November. She is November of the year. The next couple months, her and her husband both went Ruby. He got a bonus, and then she went Emerald, and then she went Diamond, and now she is like 2 or 3 away from being boxed for double Diamond. So she knows her stuff. She's also my hippie Hollie. That's what I call her. Hippie Hollie, she knows these products through and through in a way that y'all, I don't have a brain cell for it, but she does, and she knows how to explain it on like the most like dumbed down level for me, and I appreciate it. So that's one of the things. That's what I love about this business. We all have our different gifts and talents, and mine is not product knowledge. I know just enough, but Hollie could break it down for those people that come to me and are like, so does it have horny goatweed in it? I'm like, I don't know. Let me ask Hollie. So that's Hollie. And then we have Jennifer Strout, she's been in like 2 months, and she just went Emerald, and she's going to go Diamond next month and get the $10,000 bonus. And so I wanted to have this combination of people, someone that's been in a little longer and has that built to Diamond a little more like me, a little, I don't want to say slower, but a little steadier, because that's what I did. I didn't do it in 3 months. And then Jennifer that comes in and shows that these go fast bonuses are totally possible, because she's going to do it, she's going to get it, and she could give you some of the tips. So there's both sides of this spectrum, and you might fall on one side, you might fall on the other, but most of us kind of, we just find ourselves somewhere in the spectrum, somewhere in the middle. So I am going to be done talking. This is their show. I'm going to try to be as absent as possible. I'm even going to take my screen off because I'm very like facial and I don't want to throw them off. But if y'all need me, call me or say my name so that I can jump back on and interject whenever you want. So let me unmute y'all. And I know y'all have your flow of events, and so I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me, Tammy?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Jennifer Strout. I will go ahead and start off this lovely meeting. And first of all, it's going to be myself and Hollie, like Tammy said, and we will go back and forth. I'll kind of hit some categories with what it is to be new, how scary it can be. We'll talk about customer service. We'll talk about a little couple things with how to get those loyals from a different perspective. And we'll talk about organization, warming up, growing your market, as well as step to success, what you can do on a monthly basis, and just kind of growing with your team and staying close to that fire. So to hit it off, I will start. And again, don't be afraid. If you have a question, you can press that little button, raise hand. We will stop, and we will also get questions at the end. But started off kind of like what Tammy said. My name is Jennifer. I started this in February of this year. I was probably one of those definitely customers that were there for a while, probably about a year before I said yes to being a distributor. So, and I say that because I want to keep that in mind for something I'm going to go back to here later. We're talking about getting LCs and a distributor as a newbie. But I wanted to first start talking about how scary it can be to be a newbie and what is all this stuff. You sign up your $99 and you're like, yes, I'm getting a distributor kit, but what does this mean? I know nothing about the products. I don't even know how the company works. Where do I go? Where do I start? Well, the good thing is you have someone like Hollie on your team who knows everything about the products. You get to use your upline. You get to use your team, y'all. 2 months in, to even say that I know half of the products, I'd be lying. I don't. To say that I have confidence Yeah, because I have an amazing upline, I have an amazing team. And that is one thing you have to remember. If you are in that first day and you're going, what do I say? How do I put it out there? You you really shouldn't have to think too much. You have that team. You have to rely on your upline. You have to rely on the person who signed you, those chats, whatnot. I'm here to tell you it is scary. It is scary at first, but that's okay. You should never really be too comfortable is how I kind of feel. But okay, so let me go back to something really quickly before I move on to the scary part. I am a working mom. I work 10 to 11 hours a day. I have a 6-month-old baby boy at home. Um, on top of that, you have your social life. I have an amazing husband and just life as it is. So you're going, it's scary. How do I do this? I have so much to do in a day. When can I get this in? And y'all, it can happen. You know how earlier where Tammy asked you about your whys. Your why has to be that fuel. Your why has to be that passion in this. So being scared, I don't know everything about that product. I don't know this. I don't know that. You have e-suites. You have your upline. You have it all. You have everything you need really right there with you. And so I keep saying that over and over and over because I've heard multiple, myself included when I first started, is I really don't know how to do this. I'm scared. How do I respond? What am I going to do when I sign a DT? I don't know anything about this company. So I'm going to start it off like that because I want you to know these Zooms, these chats, these all have it for you. So if you're scared, it's okay. I still am. Hell, I'm scared right now doing this because I'm so new. But again, welcome everybody. And if you're scared, that's good. I love the passion. So we're going to start off with Miss Hollie, who's going to talk about our loyal customer program.
Brand new, and it's just always good to hear. It's always good just to hear maybe a new way that somebody different words it, and somehow that slight tweaking of the wording is what just happens to do it for you, and all of a sudden you're a loyal signing machine. So there are some words that I tend to not use when I am describing the loyal customer program. Now, sometimes I'm doing a post about a 90-day challenge, so I'll use more of the verbiage of, you're agreeing to use this product for my 90-day challenge, and you're going to get, my distributor discount as a thank you for life in exchange for you using this and giving me either your before and after pictures or a great testimonial. So I can, help build my business. It's a win-win. How does that sound? Now, if I'm not doing a challenge and someone has asked, like, how much is it? That dreaded question. Things are going well. You think you've got it in the bag, and then they're like, how much is it? So I like to let people know there's a couple ways that they can order. I like to start off with retail because that's, kind of like the sticker shock, and then we get to sweeten the deal and kind of reel them in. So, this product, let's just use greens, okay? Greens retails for $55, which you're getting 30 days worth of servings, and of course you're getting all those awesome fruits and veggies. Another way that honestly is, the most popular way is our loyal customer program. Now at that point I kind of put like a little comma and I'm like, now, don't let the words loyal and program scare you away. This is not a scary thing. This is not some crazy long-term commitment. You're not signing your life away for a year. It's not that at all. All a loyal customer is just someone who agrees to use a product once a month for just 3 months. And with that, you're going to get my crazy distributor 40% off discount for life. And that's usually kind of where I stop it. I don't go into perk points just yet. Then I like to tell them the third way. And then the third way, honestly, is just my favorite way. It's what I chose, and it just happens to be my favorite. So you get that awesome discount I was talking about, that 40% off wholesale discount, and you get to make money and, have fun with me every day. So how can you turn that down? Being a distributor. And that just lets them know that, being a loyal customer, you're getting a great deal, but there's a sweeter deal where you can get that awesome discount and you can make money. So that's a way to broach that whole hey, do you want to do this business with me? And it's not a cold, spammy message. You're having a conversation with this person already. they've kind of got their foot in the door, interested about the products. And when you say it's as simple as, you know, use the product you were going to use anyway and make some money on the side, usually I get a, I'm listening, go on, like, let's just have a chat about it. So that's kind of the ABCs of the loyalty program. I don't like to use words like commitment, except when I'm explaining that it's not a long-term commitment. It's just, there's just some words that are just known to set up, you know, red flags. People have heard those before. They've been burned by programs before. So those are just a few words I stay away from. All right, the next thing I want to move on to really quickly is posting. So we know that posting, we like to say that it's having your open sign on. It's just a way of letting people know that you are open for business, that you are in love with this company, you are in love with the products, you are using the products, and they're changing your life. That's what takes it from feeling salesy. I'm a salesperson over here throwing up a bunch of, you know, billboard looking stock photos from the company, to over here where we want you to be, which is just using the products, enjoying life, and just sharing about how they make your life better. A lot of people, I feel like, really overthink the posts. We think if we sit down and we think ourselves into a migraine for that perfect wording in iambic pentameter and you know, just the most clever thing you've ever heard, that's what's going to get you all the posts or all the customers. But really what people want to see is just the simplicity of this, you know, that you're in the car and you're stuck in traffic, but hey, guess what? I'm getting my 10 servings of fruits and vegetables, you know, while I wait. Mine is, you know, I'm sitting here anyway. Or, you know, some people, my husband keeps Confiance in his car for traffic jams. I mean, it's just life. They just fit in. So it can be 1 or 2 sentences. And usually, you know, the shorter, the better. If people have to click that see more and see like a whole book more, they're going to go swipe, swipe, swipe. So keeping it short and simple and to the point and just, you know, passionate, some excitement in there is usually all you need. And to get going, you really want to have at least 1 product post a day, a business post a day, and a good lifestyle post. And just a quick rule for the lifestyle post, we call them the F. It's easy to remember. So things that are fun, family, fur babies, food, festivities like the holidays. Those are just kind of the typical things, just that real life that people love to see. You can also do a high engagement post, which if you aren't like very familiar with what those are, they're a little bit newer in our business. Feel free to pop a question, but you know, those are those things like, hey, what's your favorite Disney movie? And then of course, everybody has an opinion. It's just a great way in the middle of the day or in the evening, whenever works best for you, to get everybody kind of looking and commenting. And Facebook goes, hey, that girl's really popular. She's getting a lot of action on that post. I'm going to make sure I put her post in the news feed more. So it just really helps to feed your business. Okay, that's it for me and posting. Don't overthink. And a quick loyal customer recap. Now that you have gotten your loyal customers, did you follow those great tips? Jennifer is going to talk about customer service.
All right, am I good? Okay, sorry, here we go. All right, so yes, now that you know how to assign those loyals, let's talk about customer service. I will say without a doubt, hands down, this has what's gotten me so quickly to my Emerald in my first 2 months. If you think about it in real life situations, why do you go back to the restaurants you do? Why do you go back to the stores that you do? You've had a good experience. They make you want to keep coming back for more. And this is exactly what you have to do when you're thinking about your customers here. These are my babies. These are people you want to truly help in life, whether it's with weight loss, whether it's with skin, whether it's with that energy, whether it's moms trying to, you know, increase their milk supply with the greens, whatever it is. Think of them as you're the store and those are your personal customers. So a few things that I'd like to say that I do, for instance, is after my first month, I actually started writing down the day that I signed all my loyal customers. And what I do is for the next month at the beginning, let's say the 30th of every month, 31st of every month, I prepare my next month. I then go through and write down my loyal customers, the day that their auto ship will go out, and push it back 2 to 3 days so I can check in with them before their auto ship goes out. The reason I do that is, one, it lets them know, hey, really quickly look up their name, search it, and you'll be able to find exactly what they're ordering. I then follow up with them, whether you have a text or Facebook message or phone, however your preference is, and say, hey, I saw that you ordered X, Y, and Z. It's going out in 3 days. How's it going? Would you like to make any changes to that, or would you like to keep your order? This is a great way, especially I have found, to increase my volume. Let's say someone has the greens, or they have just, what a perfect time to say, for better results, if you're not, let's say they say ThermoFit, it's fitting great. Okay, well, are you ready to increase those results? Let's add the greens. Let's boost that weight loss. Let's get it going. Get them excited that you're excited about their journey. Check in with them. I have, without a doubt, like I said, have found that my loyal customers have then tended to increase their volume. Not only that, but newbies. This is where I have had 4 loyal customers turn into distributors because of this exact way. They increase their volume to anything above 50 and 60. I'm like, hey, if you're thinking about spending that much money every month, would you perhaps be interested in joining the distributor? Being a distributor for $99, and you can work and pay for your products plus more, that gets them thinking. And I usually attack that a month 2, right before that month 3 is coming, to get them starting to think about that, so that month 3 comes and they can switch. But like I said, customer service is a huge, huge deal. And I'm going to give one example that just happened to me last week. I had a lady who ordered the ThermoFit Fat Fighters and the greens, our triple threat. I checked in with her, and it was a little over a month, right before her second auto ship. And she said, Jennifer, I don't really know if it's working for me. I've lost a little bit. I know I felt better, but I haven't lost my weight. We got to talking. I started asking questions about her. It turns out she was diabetic. And what she was doing is she kind of stopped doing the Fat Fighters, was only taking the greens once a day. And it turns out she really wasn't consistent. It literally, y'all, was a 10-minute chat back and forth, off and on. And it turns out, this grand scheme of things, she's like, you know what? I actually did feel better when I took the greens. I said, hey, let's up those up twice a day. If ThermoFit is not for you, I'm not going to make you do ThermoFit. Don't do ThermoFit. Focus on your Fat Fighters. Focus on your greens. Let's help your sugar levels. She has now messaged, it's actually 2.5 weeks ago. She has messaged me this morning and had told me how her sugar levels were back in the 70s. Y'all, they were in the 300s. 300s. That is horrible. That is so scary. And she has literally said since she started taking the greens, that has happened. And she has thanked me twice in one day in a random text, just saying, thank you so much for taking the time and listening to me and hearing me. Y'all, that is what you have to do. That's where, we talked about our whys, but your passion for people, you really wanting to help people during this process. They feel it, they hear it, they see it in your posts. Be genuine and truly be yourself during this whole process. But that's really it for customer service. Just check with your people. They love it, just like we do. I love it when someone comes in the store and remembers me and says, hey, how'd that outfit go? How'd those shoes go? How was that wedding because you wore those shoes? Whatever it may be, people love it and they want to come back. Okay, so now that we got into that, I am going to switch it back to Hollie. She's going to talk about organization and talk about growing your business.
Okay, we'll just wait till I'm unmuted. Can you hear me? Am I unmuted yet? Okay, yay. All right, so yes, forming and growing your market. So we want a business that's sustainable, right? We don't want to go into a business where we feel like we are hitting up the same handful of friends and couple of family members, trying to get them to order over and over again or try this new product and exhausting that little tiny pool of people. That makes us feel bad, that stresses out relationships, and it's going to fizzle out and it's going to crash. So we want a business that can go on for years and years until, y'all, we are all black diamonds, correct? Good. So what we are doing is we have something called our Rule of 3. Let me show you real quick. So this piece of paper is a file. It's under the files section of the Team Legendary chat, or not chat, it's our team page on Facebook. And this is something that is so simple and helps you really focus. I know when I first started, I struggled with like a little bit of focus, like, oh, I'm not quite sure what I need to do each day. And this helped me so much. It started my day off being grateful, encouraging people on my team, and knowing exactly who I need to reach out to in my potentials list. And down here, you'll see there's another section that says 10-10-5. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit. We've already talked about posting. So 10-10-5 is we are being active on social media. Okay, guys, guess what? We have to be social on social media for this to work. That's the magic trick. So we want you to be liking at least 10 posts by 10 of your potential either loyals or distributors. We want you commenting thoughtfully. I don't even care if it's cute baby or girl those shoes, yes, whatever it is. Find 10 different, from the ones that you like, find 10 different potentials and comment thoughtfully on, you know, what they're posting about. And then the 5 in 10-10-5 is you're adding 5 new friends each day. And y'all, that is kind of a minimum to go by. I know people that do 25 in the morning and 25 at night. That is scalable to you. When we say 5, we say like, that is just a good number to start at when you're having a busy day. If you can do more, go for that more. So you can see you're constantly adding to the pool of people you're reaching out to. And then by commenting and interacting with them and just being social and being you and showing your personality on Facebook, you're warming up that market. So that when it's time to go and transfer from just posting to reaching out and messaging people, y'all, because, you know, we're in the asking business. We're not in the pushing business. We're not in the forcing people to do this business. We're in the asking business. If we don't reach out and ask people and let them know about this opportunity and about what these products we have that have changed our lives, you know, it's going to be real quiet. People are always watching when you're posting, but that doesn't mean that they will always comment and reach out to you. I cannot tell you how many times I have posted and seed planted and not gotten a single like from a specific person, and then all of a sudden, you know, get a message and they'll be like, okay, so I've been wanting to do these greens for a while. I'm like, really? How long is a while? Because I asked you a couple months ago, and I got cricket. But they're listening, they're watching, they're thinking. It just may not be the right time. So don't let that affect you. Don't say, you know, don't think in yourself like, you know, I'm doing something wrong. I mean, if you want to have your upline take a look at what you're doing and make sure maybe, you know, you might need to tweak something here or there if you're concerned about it, but really sometimes people just take their time. Okay, I saw a quick question that said, how do you decide who are your new people? Okay, so I mean, we do have that kind of suggested friends list that scrolls down. And if you're new, it probably is full of some good suggestions. After you've been in for a while, a lot of times it's just like a bunch of it works people, and I'm like, nope. Go to your friends, go to your current friends, check out their friends list, and look through and see who you have at least, you know, like 2 to 3 mutual friends with that person. That's a great person to connect with. And because they see that you have like mutual friends and in common, they're not going to be like, okay, where's this crazy person coming out of nowhere? I don't know if I should, you know, usually 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, oh, great, let's be friends. Another way is Facebook groups. And it's not this is not quantity like over quality. Don't go jumping in 25 Facebook groups. Find a couple that speak to you, whether it's long hair, you know, moms of beagles, or whatever is your thing, and a place where you can comment thoughtfully and like reply and respond to people, be a part of the conversation. And when you're in a thread and you're talking to people, friend, just pop those friend requests down. And they'll be like, okay, yeah, we're in this group together. She said the funniest thing the other day, or she commented and loved my beagle. I absolutely want to be best friends with her, and I'm going to buy some wraps. So that's kind of where I get my friends from. And y'all, being organized, your goal is to grow your business. And as your business gets bigger and bigger, this will become more and more important. This helps you to know, you know, you've got your dates on here, when to circle back around and follow up with people, whether it's been 2 weeks or, okay, followed up with that person 2 weeks ago, now I'm going to give them a month and I'm going to circle back around and follow up a month later. So that'll really help keep you organized. All right, y'all, that's it for me and growing your market. So Jennifer's going to start talking about, one of my favorite things, the steps to success.
Am I good? Okay, perfect. So really quickly before I get to that, you see us throwing these papers up. We will also bump the file that's in our Team Legendary. That is a post from Tammy, and it has all your files, everything that you can possibly print out and need. And I highly, highly, highly suggest it. Yes, as she says, as your team grows, it was easier for me to be able to write something, keep it all together, get a notebook together. And you'll see as Zooms go on, that is one thing we do push is for the organization. But again, we'll bump it on the team page. So I am going to talk about steps to success. You have a really, really pretty one in your distributor kit that came in this little folder. You see this? If you do not know where this is, or you do not have it, or you've written on it, you can actually get this off of your eSuite. Just in the document library, search steps to success, and you will find it. So what is it? What is steps to success? You should do this monthly. This should be a monthly thing for you. This is how, y'all, this is how you go to Ruby fast. Following this. So what do you want to do? First things first, you want to be able to get your 4 loyal customers. With your 4 loyal customers, you can do, during this process, you want to think about being commission qualified. What does commission qualified mean? That means you get 150 PBV, or you can put your own self in the auto ship at least with 80 BV. If you have more questions about that, please feel free to ask. I know some of those acronyms can get confusing, so in the chat here in a little bit, if you need a little bit more in depth, ask that so we can go over that. But so with that, 150 in volume in your order, you get your 4 loyal customers, y'all, and within your 4 loyal customers, you also want to get 3 distributors. That is your goal every single month. And with that, how you grow your business is you teach your distributors the exact same thing every single month. This is what, like I said, I cannot thump this enough in your little brain that this is it. This is my goal every single time. I actually have a monthly It Works distributor checklist that you can get off the Team Legendary that I do. I fill that out. That is one of that's my go-to every single time. So it's really simple. I know I talked about being scary and what you can do, and Hollie's kind of stressed multiple times, simplify, simplify, simplify. This is it, y'all. This little easy steps, 4 loyal customers, 3 distributors, 150 PBV for commission qualified, or your 80. That is it. I mean, I don't really know how much more in depth to go over, considering that this is it. So I do see someone say, let's see in the chat, I have to pull you back up. Sorry. You said getting DTs is the hardest thing so far. Any tips? Yeah, we can touch a little bit about that. Hollie, you and I want to touch that now? You want to go at the end? You want to go now? We can talk about now? Okay. So one of the things, like I said, being new is, how do you start it off? Well, honestly, for me, at the beginning, I did not do cold messaging for distributors. I know everybody's a little different how they do it. For me, cold messaging, just starting out, I wasn't comfortable with it. I personally thought about, who do I want to grow a team with? I thought about the personalities I wanted to work with. You know, you've heard many times people say, who are the busiest people you know? I cannot tell you how true that is. I have found so far, between the big line of upline that we have, the busiest people are the most successful people. Why? Because they run into everybody. They're involved in so many different organizations. Their moms and their kids and teams, and they, you know, the church group, so forth, whatnot, and work. You have them. So think about first who you want to be on your team. I think that's your first step. Second is, I personally did it by anybody who considered buying wraps. That's who I tackled. If you're interested in wraps, why not go for $99? You get your wraps in that $99. You're going to make your money back. Why not give it a shot? So I approached it in that way. And again, we can post some of these different scripts. Often use that Team Legendary, because you will see how to approach this. I actually believe that there was one not too long ago of how to turn a conversation into a distributor. So I'm kind of still in my warm market. So I will give this to Hollie here in a second that can tell you, being in the business a little longer. But so I I also try to personally call my potential distributors, make it a little bit more personal. I don't like to do the messenger or the text when I'm talking a little bit more about business right now because I'm in my war market, or I do phone conversations. I meet up with them. So that's kind of where I go, but I turn in my distributors, one, like I said, anybody who is willing to buy the wraps, anybody who's willing to kind of spend $60 and over for me is what I look at. And also customer service, having that close relationship with those customers when they get to month 3 going into there, kind of start talking about that business, kind of start working your way in and saying, hey, have you thought about it? I know you've seen my post. What do you things. But I would say for me, that's kind of where I am on how I get my distributors. Holly, do you have anything to add on to that?
Am I unmuted? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, cool. Yeah, so I am not so much in my warm market anymore. I mean, I still have people that are active, have been kind of long-time loyals. When I message people, and again, I have friended them like a while ago, usually a few weeks, been thoughtfully commenting, and y'all, we can all kind of get caught up in scrolling. And the thing is, as you're adding friends, Facebook isn't necessarily putting all your new friends under your news feed. So I like to go into kind of my menu where I have my friends, and up across the top, it'll say like recent. And clicking that gets me off my news feed. It shows me who I've added most recently, and those are the people I need to be interacting with the most. And as I interact with them, Facebook will start throwing them on my news feed. So that gets me out of the habit of, this is just a little aside, this is just the endless scrolling, and keeps me, again, focused on who I need to be talking to. So I go ahead and I message about the business kind of right away. Because, I mean, something Tammy taught me was, it's easy if someone isn't interested in the business. It's so much easier to go from there to, okay, I totally get it, no pressure for me. It's not always for everyone in the season of life that they're in. I don't like to say flat out it's not for everyone, because, well, pretty much anyone can do it. So I'll kind of tack on that season of life, or, with what y'all have got going on, things are busy, whatever. So that leaves me kind of a door later to maybe hit that subject again. Maybe there is a better season when you'll reconsider doing the business with me. But then you can kind of segue into, I'm always looking for product testers, and, kind of building up my portfolio of testimonies. Is there a health goal that you want to discuss with me, or would you be willing, no pressure to, kind of maybe discuss any kind of like health care or like skincare goals that you have, and we can talk about some products. So it's just easier starting with the business than, going down to loyal customer. Honestly, lives have helped me a lot. I know a lot of people are scared to go live, but it has really helped me with my engagement. And I like to be just goofy in real life. And sometimes the kids are loud and yelling at each other, and you'll see it on my face. I have no poker face, but I'm just like, y'all, is it 5 o'clock yet? But that is what people want. That is what they relate to. They're like, oh Lord, yes. Cheers, Mom. Like, I'm getting the line too. That's what people want to see. And I just talk with them and share my life. And that's when I talk about how, do you hear the craziness? Do you hear the soundtrack of my life? While this is going on, as crazy as it is, I love it. I love being here for them. I am making an income right now while we're talking. Do you want to know how? I mean, people want to know. So, I'm messaging people that I've added. I am watching Facebook for people who are posting things like, if I have to pay one more bill, I don't know what I'm going to do. Or I am so, it's Monday and I do not want to go to work. I screenshot that message and I wait a little bit, and I'll private message them a day or two later and be like, hey, I just wanted to reach out. I wanted to see how you were doing. I know the other day you were having a rough day, or you just really didn't want to go into work. I remember what that feels like, and just wanted to let you know that I said a prayer for you. And y'all, I'll leave it at that. That starts the conversation. I am not going to be one of those people that goes from they had a horrible day to me being an opportunist and being like, I can show you how to make money from home. That's not yet. Not yet. Let's get a conversation going first. Y'all, they have to trust us. We have to earn the right to share the business and earn the right to, get them as a customer. So, and that's honestly, there's really no magic trick. It's being consistent and it's messaging and just being thoughtful on there. That's all I got for that.
Okay. And then to kind of add on to, I know you're saying, how do you get distributors? And it kind of goes back to being with your loyal customers, but we're going to talk about parties. Parties are also a huge thing in this. Whether it's in-person parties, whether it's online parties. So how do you do this? How do you grow? How do you have all these, you're thinking, I have the same group of friends. How does it keep going? At every single in-person party that I have, I make an announcement at the end and I'm like, all right, who's set up to host the next one? You host the next one, you get a free wrap. We bring everything to the table. You just show up and invite your friends and you get to be wrapped for free. Hey, if you can't do that, talk to your upline. That's why they're there. Your leaders are there to help you come up with different ideas of how to have those parties. Online parties, y'all, I had 3 last week and I have 6 already set for May. How do I do it? If it's a loyal who's saying, hey, I'm interested and I think I might want to be a distributor, but I kind of want to just see what's, how it really works. Do you want to host a party for me? And let's invite all your friends and let's see. From there,
Okay, so is she frozen for y'all too?
It's frozen for me.
Okay, she's frozen for me too. So can you jump to the next part maybe, Holly? And then if she jumps back in, okay. And then if she jumps back in, we can get her back going.
That was her last point really for that section, was just kind of going over the importance of parties. Don't be scared of them. All right, so I want to touch on real quick. Tammy kind of talked about me knowing the product really well. And that's something that I'm passionate about and just kind of comes naturally for me. And I found it truly, truly helps so much to be the website. I heard Ashley Sinclair say that one time and I was like, oh, that's so smart. Y'all, you're going to be tempted to, when someone's curious about the product, like, here's my website, check it out. And let me caution you against just throwing that website around. A lot of times what happens is, somebody doesn't quite know what they need or what they want, and they don't want to take the time to click through all of our products and all of the info to track down their symptoms, like we're WebMD, get terrified, and then think that they're going to order a bunch of products. That's not how we want this to work. If they want to go and be overwhelmed, they can go to Whole Foods and spend a lot of money and be overwhelmed in the aisles. That's not what we're trying to do here. It goes back to that customer service again. We want loyals and we want lifer loyals. We want people that are going to stick with us and continue to order these products. So for me, it's going with asking those open-ended questions. What are your goals? Or, instead of, if somebody says that they want to lose weight, just don't go straight to, okay, because you've tried ThermoFit, here, try ThermoFit, and that's it. Maybe they need to lose a lot more weight than you. Maybe they have a carb addiction and they really need those fat fighters. Asking questions about, approximately how much weight are you looking to lose? That can really help to narrow some things down. Are you interested in doing a cleanse to kick off your weight loss and kind of reboot your system? Just asking a few simple questions really helps them be heard, and they really feel like they're in good hands and they can trust you. And that is going to go a long way for you to get that sale. There's a couple things that I try to not say. I already said end with a question. We want that conversation ping-ponging back and forth. How does that sound? When we say the options of buying retail, loyal, or becoming a distributor, ending with which one sounds like the best fit for you. Keeping that going. If you stop with just a sentence, that a lot of times can just shut the whole conversation down. Another thing I don't like to say ever, please don't say this, is let me know. Never end your message with let me know, because guess what? They won't. Life gets busy, things get in the way, and I hate to say it, but a lot of times, we're just kind of the last thing on their to-do list. And so let me know isn't going to work. I like to let people know that I'm going to be following up with them in a couple of days. If I do need to give the website out, if someone really has pushed to get that website, I will give it to them, but I'll let them know that I'll be following up with them in a couple of days. If it's Monday, I'll say, I'm going to check back with you on Wednesday and see what you thought. Of course, if you have any questions before then, please reach out to me. Last thing I want to say here is, you precious newbies. A lesson that I had to learn was don't compare. Please, please, please don't look to the left of you. Don't look to the right of you. Do not compare yourself with people that have been in this business for a long time. Stay-at-home moms who know 5 people, please don't compare yourself to the, to the person who works all day long and knows 10 million people. You're going to get there. We're going to work on building up your market. The best thing you can do is focus on your rule of 3, what you need to do to grow your business, and just stay positive. There's going to be a couple negative Nancys now and then, and take a deep breath. Take it to your upline if you need to vent. We don't usually take that kind of stuff to the chat, but go to your upline and say, you know what, I heard this and it just does not make me feel good. And how would you have responded to this, or how do we handle this? We're here for you. We want to encourage you, and we want to lift you up, and just know that you're prayed over and you're loved on. So that's pretty much it for me. I think Jennifer hopped back on and she kind of had the last point here. So is she on? Do you see her, Tammy? Okay, yeah. Awesome. Thank you for coming, guys. And yeah, if you ever want to message me with any questions, just feel free to.
Thanks, Holly. Okay, so first off, did y'all finish about the Facebook in-person parties? Did y'all finish the party thing a little bit? Okay. Basically, just really quickly, have them. Ask people who aren't loyals, those who are supportive of you, but just want to be a part of it, and say, hey, do you mind having a quick Facebook online party for me? I host it, you invite. So y'all, those are different ways. Again, have your parties. Those are important. To kind of go back off really quickly, what Holly was saying, and we'll recap and we'll end, is stay close to the fire. And what that means is well, I hate to say this because we're so new. If you're on this and you've been in this business for 2 to 3 months and you're saying you're having a rut, you have not had a rut. So if you are feeling that way, if you're feeling down, if you're not sure, like Holly said, reach out to your upline, reach to your team, stay in those chats, y'all. Even if sometimes you're at work and they're getting overwhelming, it's okay. Put them on that silent. Go back. Check when you can. They have good information in them. They have post ideas. They will tell you how to follow up with your potentials during certain situations. So when we say stay close to the fire, if you grow your own team, don't go too far. And I actually just had this conversation with Tammy a little bit about this as well. Talking about, hey, my team's growing, but how do I be that leader? You be that leader by staying close with the people, having those conversations, being open, being honest. But overall, really, this can be simple. It really is simple. You can't overthink it. If you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, again, reach out to your team, reach out to your upline. That's why we're here. But I am, we probably have had enough time. Sorry that I got kicked off. But again, I'm here for you. I have questions. I know I'm new. I love hearing new people too. I love your ideas. I mean, it's always so good, new things. Even if like I said, even if I've been here for 2 months, there are new team members on my team that are doing things that are awesome in their posts. So, hey, do it. So thank y'all so much for listening. I appreciate it. And I am so excited to see all y'all's promotions coming up next month.
Yay. All right. So does anybody have any questions? I have a couple things that I want to highlight that they talked about. Sorry, I turned my light off because it was like blinding me, and now I feel like I'm sitting in the dark. Woo. Okay, that's just ugly. I'm gonna scoot back. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them over here on the chat, and we could answer them typing or talking, whatever works for y'all. There's a couple of things that I wish I would have known when I started. These are things that I did not do, and a couple of them are, if you make a post, we're going to go with the wraps, okay? So we make a post about the wraps and someone messages you, or they comment that they're interested, and you automatically just sell them the wraps. Well, if you would have taken a couple more minutes to talk to them, really the wraps is not what they were needing. They were wanting to lose weight. They were wanting to get healthier. There's some other thing, but the wraps is what they thought would be their weight loss plan. And so then when they get the wraps and they use them and they're not losing the weight, they are frustrated and they don't continue beyond those 3 months. So really the thing, like I just talked to someone today and she commented on something about the wraps and I asked her a few questions. She goes, well, really, I need to lose some weight. I don't need to tone up. I need to lose some weight and work on my diet. So right then I'm like, okay, we could bring the wraps in later, but I want her to see results first. And so just because they comment on a wraps post or some other post, that might not be the best product for them. So get to know them and have those conversations. Just ask questions. And don't be afraid to ask more questions than, okay, so you want the wraps? Do you want the defining gel also? They go hand in hand. Don't be afraid to do that because think about it. I just wrote down, we went and got a new phone on Saturday for me because my phone was at the Verizon store. I remember because it was like 2 days ago, so it wasn't that long ago. But the man literally in the 5 minutes we were telling him what we wanted, asked us if our kids had iPads, if they had service, if we needed service. And we said, well, no, they just were in Wi-Fi. Well, do you need a hotspot? And then he told us about something else. He asked me if I needed a phone case. Like there were like 6 or 7 things that he asked us trying to get us to add on. Do you need a screen protector? Yes, I do. If he wouldn't have asked that, if he would have just taken, okay, she wants an iPhone, here's your iPhone, like he would have missed out on the screen protector sale or, something else. But it didn't kill him to ask. So same thing, if someone wants the greens, you'll say, oh, great, do you want the fat fighters also? Because it goes hand in hand with the greens. Or ThermoFit and fat fighters, or, the Preventage and the Repair Age, whatever it is, don't be afraid to ask and add one more thing. It's just like the lady at the nail salon that waxes my eyebrows every single time. Y'all, for the last 15 years of my life, every single time I sit down to get my eyebrows waxed, she also says, you want your lip wax too? Like, no, I don't, but she's going to keep asking me, right? So don't be afraid to do that. The other thing is, someone over here asked about getting DTs is the hardest thing so far. Any tips? One of the things that happened at conference, and Hollie could point to this or maybe talk about it a little more. I never thought about it this way because it's 5.5 years now that I've been in, going on 6. At conference, they said, if you feel the person that offered this business to you or the person that enrolled you gave you a gift when they asked you and you enrolled, stand up. 99.9% of the audience, if 20,000 people stood up. Because once you get in, once you are a part of It Works, you see the gift and you see the benefits, health, wealth, whatever, friendships, community, fellowship. There's so much more to it. So you have to see this as a gift that you're having, and people want that. They deserve that. And so that's what I do when I'm thinking about distributors and who I want to ask, is I'm really intentional about the people that I ask because I want them to view this as a gift when they do join us and join my team. And yeah, that is all I have to add. Does anyone want to add anything else? Hollie, Jennifer? If not, thank you ladies for doing this tonight. You did awesome. So many good tips. 2 pages of notes. 2 pages of notes right here. So I will get the recording up for everyone that couldn't make it. And I can't wait to see all of the promotions, whether they happen this month or in 5 months. Like Hollie said, don't compare your year 1 to my year 5, or don't compare your year 2 to Jennifer's month 2, because everyone's network is different. Everyone comes in with different things going on. So as hard as it is, that is the biggest thing in this business, is the comparison game. That's mental. It's mental. I think this business is 90% mental, 10% sales. I don't know what else to call it, but don't worry about what is going on around you. Worry about what you are doing and what you can control and the action that you can put forth every single day, day in and day out. Because there's going to be people that are going to come in and pass you. There's going to be people that you pass that have been in, and it doesn't matter. At the end, here's what I think. At the end, whether it took you a year or 10 years to become a black diamond, the thing is we're all getting paid $100,000 a month at that moment, whether you did it in 1 year or 10 years. when we get up there, we're all making the same money. And so it's okay. It doesn't matter who gets there first, as long as we just all get there and get to enjoy it. So y'all have a wonderful evening. And again, thank you, Holly and Jennifer. Good night. Bye. Now I gotta figure out how to stop this. There we go.